Hey everybody, I got myself another slip joint here for Slippy-J Sunday, and this time it's not a Tucson, this is a Kancept. As in the company name, not that, I wouldn't own any other knives. Alright, digression aside, yeah, this thing had taken a kind of a tangled route to get here, as I originally got the wrong version of it. The base version and this version are only one number kind of flipped as far as SKU goes. So, yeah, they accidentally grabbed the wrong one to send to me, but we got it all figured out, and, yep, everybody's happy as far as I'm aware. So, yeah, this is the Kancept Bevy. There we go. There's a little name there. There's a model number. There's a maker's mark. That's Swan. And yeah, this guy's in S35VN steel. There we go. I probably do have a little video here on the end. I did pull this thing out and kind of check the edge with my best tester. And out of the box, it wasn't super great. It was in the high 300s or so. It'll show at the end of the video because I'll just throw it on the end there. But yeah, so the sharpness wasn't super great out of the box, but everything else seems to be all right. I have an interesting blade. It's a little smaller than I initially kind of thought or hoped it would be, but still, it's very much a three-finger knife and works quite well doing that. We got dual, I would call them a matchstick pull, but since it does come out the end there, I don't know, maybe they are a fuller of some sort. Whatever. Something interesting about this guy is it's a cam tang, so you do kind of have a half stop, but it's very lazy. You won't really get any sort of snap or anything sort of going on there. It does prevent it from just immediately coming down on you. But yeah, it is certainly a choice that some manufacturers make. I'm not the biggest fan of it in general. I generally do like to have a very not a mushy feeling when you hit a half stop on a knife here, but it doesn't affect its cutting prowess at all. But yeah, this one is in shred carbon fiber, and I guess if you really get up close, like with a jeweler's loop, you can see, yeah, there's a couple of voids in there, but for the most part, this is a pretty darn good carbon fiber going on. It does have a nice feel to it. This isn't just some decorative carbon fiber shreds encapsulated in a huge amount of resin. This is fully shredded carbon fiber through and through. And yeah. The blade on this guy is pretty interesting. I've now sharpened it, and this is basically to a 16-degree edge, because 15 was just a little too steep to try to put on any clamp-based system without grinding off the clamp in the process. So yeah, something I did notice here, and you can see it, is the blade gets thicker out towards the tip. So that's why you have kind of a higher shoulder out here than you do down here. And that's certainly by design for, just tip stability and whatnot, but it did make it kind of a pain in the butt to sharpen this. That being said, I did do a whole bunch of the sharpening and everything on this guy, and yeah, it wasn't the easiest experience in the world. Started off with my ceramic belts, and it took a little while to get there, but it did. And then took it inside to kind of put more of a V-shaped design sort of thing going on for the edge with my Work Sharp Precision Edge. And tried this little duder out. This is this is basically a lapping film, but it's 125 grit diamond. And I tried using one of these guys, just kind of slapped them onto the ceramic stone, and kind of went on my way to give me a little bit more coarser start than the 320 that you get otherwise. And it works. It's not the absolute best experience, though. I mean, these are a little thicker poly than your standard lapping film is going to be. But because of that, you don't really get the same amount of feedback in your hands when you're sharpening it. It literally feels a little bit like you're rubbing a piece of plastic over it. So it certainly works, but I do actually like the full feedback of a metal stone or a natural stone. So there's that, but it does work for doing some crazy stuff, and especially trying to thin out behind the tip here. Yeah, it was certainly helpful. I do plan on doing a cut test with this guy, so that's why I kind of sharpened it up, because I tested it out of the box. I'm like, that's not sharp, that's just going to end in pain, so let's go ahead and fix that. So I have. This has a kind of a mild stonewash finish sort of going on here. You can actually see just a little bit of extra polish behind the edge there. That was actually accidentally me screwing up when I was sharpening on the belts, and had a little bit of a twitch there at the end, and kind of raised it up a little bit higher, and so it went up there. It's fine. It was a little bit more noticeable until I sharpened it, and with the tip being thicker and everything, most of it kind of worked itself out. So that's fine. Doesn't really bother me, but someone's just collecting just for fun, and just for the aesthetics of something, that might bother them. Oh well, it's mine, so. It does have a pretty darn good feel in the hands. I will get to some measurements here towards the end, but before then, I actually did want to kind of take a little bit of a look on the inside of this guy. I'm not going to fully disassemble this one, but I can easily remove, what's the word I'm looking for here? I can easily remove the scales and kind of show you what's going on the inside. I have noticed that this hardware is not the most magnetic thing in the world. Doesn't have a whole lot of ferrous properties to it, so it's you can see it does move with my screwdriver, but pretty darn hard to actually pick it up. Alright, so there's those little back guys there, and you can see they have some blue Loctite on them. And the pivot guy here also has permanent Loctite that's been kind of affixed to it. And, as you can see, we don't have a D-shaped pivot going on there. Now for a normal knife, that would probably annoy me, but for a slip joint where you typically don't take these things apart, it's fine. All right. Oh, okay. So I tried to start taking off the wrong side, or the side that I didn't want to necessarily, but that's fine. All right, so we can see on the other side, the shred carbon fiber goes all the way through, so that's great. And we can see we have skeletonization, which is actually identical on both sides there. So there's all of that sort of good stuff. I don't really want to take it apart any further, but it does have phosphor bronze washers in there. Mostly because it would be just a gigantic pain in the butt to try to put back together once it's apart. As you've seen me do in some previous videos, for the most part. you're a regular watching the channel. So. Stupid screws. It can be a little difficult to get these ones rethreaded. You just got to get the scale just right and make sure that you're not screwing up and cross-threading anything. Interesting. Man. Well, nuts. I will end up fixing that. I guess I will have to fully take this one apart since I pulled the pivot out a little bit too far. So one of the bushings on the inside isn't quite flush anymore, so I can't just push it through. I could just, do some crazy stuff and just wrench down on that, but that's just going to mess up the bushing. So... it's no big deal, but yeah, let's go ahead and do some measurements here because I can still do that. Hey, I'm on ounces already. Alright, we got 2.145 ounces, or just shy of 61 grams. So not too bad, but not, absolutely lightweight. Let's see, as far as blade stock thickness, we got basically 3.1 here. Yeah, pretty close to 3.1. Which for, a full-size folding knife, that's kind of maybe a little bit on the thinner side. But, for a slip joint, this still does seem pretty thick. And that is certainly true. Alright. So, I got 0.43 thereabouts inch thickness. I think this is like 2.4 something or other inches. Yeah, 2.43, 2.44, somewhere right around there. So under 2.5 inches. So yeah, I do like this guy. I will have to now fully disassemble this stupid thing to put it back together. And yeah, I do have it sharpened up. I do plan on doing some rope cut testing with it, just because I'm a little curious on where S35VN kind of sits in the mix. So yeah, that will be coming up in a bit. All right. I appreciate y'all for watching. Have yourself a wonderful rest of your day. Yo.